we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.
Welcome to our news hour in English. I am MarwanKADRO and I will be with you during this news hour from Radio Free Syria. We will start with the headlines. The Syrian Revolutionary Committee said that more than 141 people have been killed yesterday, among them 5 children and 5 women. 61 have been killed in Damascus and its suburbs, 32 in Aleppo, 12 in the province of Raqqa, and also 12 in the province of Hama, 9 in the province of Deir ez-Zor, 8 in Daraa, 5 in Homs, and last but not least, 2 in Idlib. There were heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces in 112 different locations across Syria, as the Free Syrian Army was able to drop down in a helicopter above Massa military airport in Damascus. We will start with Aleppo. Heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces at the 4th neighborhood of Al-Hamdaniya near Al-Qassani Mosque. Also heavy battles between the FSA and the Assad forces at the Nile Street and at Al-Sakhra Square and also at the Shreen Street. Heavy gunfire have been heard near the neighborhood of Bab al-Faraj and the surrounded areas in central Aleppo. Meanwhile, heavy bombardments on Al-Mansoura neighborhood. Until now, there are no victims nor injuries among civilians. As for the battles of Minnach military airport, the Free Syrian Army is still surrounding the area, as they are trying to take control of the airport as they were able to take heavy shelling on the fields of Idlib, as 2 missiles per minute are being dropped on Idlib. Heavy shelling on the village of Sarmin, as it has been normal for the civilians there to hear the bombardments on their village. Also, Kafranbel got used to the daily shelling by using rocket launchers. Meanwhile, the Assad forces are still shelling the areas of Ma'arat al-Nu'man and Kafruma and the villages of Jabal al-Zawiya. Also, the city of Khan Sheikhoun have been under heavy bombardment using rocket launchers and warplanes. We will move to Damascus. Arrestments on the hands of the Assad forces in the neighborhood of Nahar Aisha in Damascus. Heavy battles between the Free Syrian Army and the Assad forces in Yarmouk neighborhood, as there were heavy explosions in front of Yarmouk police station. 2 bombs have been exploded in front of a security office in Mashrou Dumar, which resulted in destruction. The people of the neighborhood have heard the explosion and they have felt the power of the explosion. Meanwhile, in Hajar al-Aswad, the Assad forces have executed 7 people and 29 were injured, most of them women and children and elderly, after they were allowed to pass the checkpoint on the 30th Street. In Damascus suburbs, heavy shelling using rocket launchers and heavy artillery on the city of Daraya and Mu'addamiyat al-Sham. Meanwhile, activists added that the village of Beit Saham have been also under heavy shelling, as the village is under siege of the Assad forces for several weeks now. We will move to Daraa. Heavy battles on Jisr al-Numr checkpoint on the highway Daraa-Damascus, as explosions have been heard there. According to Sham News Network, heavy bombardments is still going on the northern and western neighborhoods of the city of Ba'al. Meanwhile, heavy shelling continues on Busra al-Harir, Alma, al-Musayfra, Khayl, and al-Kark. In Hama, heavy shelling from the 47th Brigade on the villages of Jnan and Zabada and Tel Zaytun. Heavy shelling also on كفر زيتة, لطامنة, طيبة الإمام and عقرب. The humanitarian situation is very bad as there is no flour, nor water and electricity. This was it for today. Thank you very much for listening. I am Marwan Kadro from Radio Free Syria, along with me, Executive Manager Islam Al-Idilbi. Please follow us on freesyriaradio.webs.com. You can also reach us through Skype on Syrian342. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Right now, we will broadcast for you the news in English on Radio Free Syria.